As the NFL draft has now finally come to an end, most of our Madden leagues are either dying or restarting with the most up-to-date rosters. The anticipation for Madden 17 is about to reach its all-time high. The analyzing, the debating, the back and forth of which teams to choose is about to commence. But for all those wishing to restart their leagues with post-draft rosters, or simply for those of you that want to go ahead and begin your wait for Madden 17, I went ahead and compiled a list of the top 5 sleeper teams that can offer a really great rebuild in CFM. Teams that have for so long been an afterthought, but now have the pieces to build a dynasty. Number 5, the Oakland Raiders. The Raiders were thought to compete for the AFC West this past year and had a much improved season, but ultimately they fell short of both the division and the wild card. However, this team is in the driver's seat to make a serious run for the division and with a great chance of winning it. Oakland picked up some serious playmakers in free agency and were one of the most active teams. Sean Smith, Bruce Irvin, Kaliki Osemele, to name a few immediate impact players. Michael Crabtree, this guy has found new life in a revamped Oakland offense led much by the arm of young star quarterback Derek Carr, as well as another dynamic wide receiver alongside of him, Amari Cooper. The Oakland War Room, they did pretty good in the draft, nabbing safety Carl Joseph with the first pick, who will be a replacement for the aging Reggie Nelson. But if you want to get him in right now because of that big hit power, you can play him in, plug and play at strong safety, and just switch Nate Allen out of there. No need to worry if Derek Carr ever gets hurt. Connor Cook, quarterback from Michigan State, should be a really great backup. The legs of Latavius Murray, the arm of Derek Carr, with his skilled set of wide receivers behind one of the NFL's best offensive lines, makes the Raiders one of the most intriguing picks for Madden 17. Number 4, the Dallas Cowboys. It's really hard to put the Cowboys here because honestly they're kind of always a top Madden team, but considering that they did just go 4-12, it makes the Cowboys an interesting pick for Madden 17. While the ratings may not be too favorable for the Cowboys because of this record, they have some serious pieces to build on. Out of all the teams that I'm going to put on this list, the Cowboys, in my opinion, are the most ready to win right now. But that doesn't mean that they don't have pieces set up for the future as well. Other than Romo, you have an offense that will likely last for whatever amount of time that your league plays for. Rookie halfback Elliott, Dez, Terrence, Gavin Escobar to replace Witten, and one of the youngest and probably the best offensive lines in the NFL should serve to be a top offense for any Madden user. All question marks aside on Smith's knee, when you can land 2 players in the top 5 talent-wise in this draft, you have to deem that as a success. Aside from the injury, ratings are going to be really favorable towards Smith. Smith and Gregory should help to increase the pass rush in Dallas they've been long searching for ever since DeMarcus Ware left. With a few top draft picks focusing on the defensive side of the ball, you should be able to quickly turn around Dallas back into one of the top teams in your league. Number 3, the Houston Texans. The Texans, another huge offseason. When you have a defense led by a stud like J.J. Watt, you have to focus on the other side of the ball, and that is exactly what Houston did. Regardless of your real-life thoughts on how well or how poor Brock Osweiler is going to do, he will have really favorable ratings in Madden. To go along with their new strong arm signal caller also came an entire new offensive look. Of course, star wide receiver Hopkins, he stays the same, and he is going to rejoice in someone other than Brian Hoyer throwing him the ball. Lamar Miller is a dynamic back who showed some signs of greatness in Miami, and he's taking that to the field for Houston. Will Fuller was the fastest wide receiver in the combine this year, and he will serve wonders for Brock and his big arm. Look for this team to be really on the upswing in most Madden franchises. Number 2, the Tennessee Titans. This team is really set up for the future. Be ready to have a few extra early draft picks for the 2017 draft because of the Rams' move up to get Goff. Let's start up front here. For the team that had the number 1 pick in the draft, they feature a pretty competent Madden offense. Chance Warmack, Taylor Lewin, and rookie Conklin will anchor this offensive line that you can build on for years. Besides that, what do they have though? Only one of Madden's favorite young franchise quarterbacks in Mariota. Fast accurate. That's usually everyone's favorite combo at quarterback, and let me tell you, that is exactly what he brings to the table. You have a vet in halfback DeMarco Murray, who was traded for in the offseason, along with second-round pick Alabama rookie star halfback Henry. Rounding off the Titans' other second-round picks, you had some great help to the pass rush with Dodd and line help with Johnson. Use your first-round picks that you've acquired, as well as your own first-round pick, to add to some help to the secondary, and possibly wide receiver if Douglas and Kendall Wright are not to your fancy. But this team is really set up to make an impact. And the number one team, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Honestly, it feels like forever since I've been able to say that I am confident that Jaguars will be able to compete. And I truly only have one word for what the Jags have done in the 2016 offseason and draft, and that is wow. Let me put something into perspective for you guys for a minute here. The Jaguars' starting defensive lineup for 2016 will feature 3 guys that were in the top 5 talent for the past 2 drafts who are taking the field for the first time in their NFL career. Jalen Ramsey, Miles Jack, and Dante Fowler. Remember, Fowler missed all of 2015 with torn ACL, but he's back. Ramsey, as many say, is a once-in-a-lifetime cornerback, along with Jack, who's said to arguably be the top talent in this past draft at linebacker if it wasn't for his knee injury. That is 3 top 5 talents taking the field for this defense in 2016. On top of that, the Jags went ahead and added another great cornerback in Prince Amukamara from the Giants, who aside from his shoulder injuries was relatively successful alongside Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. This is definitely a defense you can build around. The offense still has some question marks, but I think Bortles is a really great Madden quarterback because of his strong arm, and I think ratings are really going to favor him in this upcoming year. Allen Robinson had a tremendous breakout year in Jacksonville, along with Allen Hurns. Look for the Madden ratings to really treat both of these wide receivers great. That's all for our Madden 17 sleeper teams. Of course, these aren't all the teams that will be sleepers for Madden, but these are the top 5 in my opinion. Make sure you guys continue to tune into Daddy League's media section. We will keep you up to date with all the Madden 17 news as soon as it is released, as well as any changes that come to Madden 16 for its remaining life cycle. If you like this video, make sure you show that like button a little bit of love. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel once again to stay up to date with all Madden 17 news as soon as they are released.